So I'm going to be starting my critic review on movies. Movies on Hulu and Netflix. And so I tend to watch a lot of movies, so I'll just run through some of the movies that Hulu has on premium channels. Jumanji, I kind of slept on Jumanji. Jumanji was actually pretty good. Kevin Hart was kind of funny in it. Uh, don't get too excited in regards to the action. The action's not all that great, but the movie does has a bit of substance, so it's very funny. Spider Man, of course, if you're into Marvel movies, Spider Man's pretty good. Uh, I wouldn't say it's top of the line for Marvel movies, but it's something to kind of hold you over until like the Avengers movies comes out. Superfly, just kind of watched a bit of Superfly. Superfly was terrible. If you're into like hood picks, gangster movies and things of such, Superfly isn't. Superfly is at the bottom of the food chain on that. I mean, if you're into gangster pictures, you might want to take a look at Belly if you're unfamiliar with Belly. It's a pretty good movie. Uh, a lot of a lot of crime in that one. Sicario de la Soldado. Uh, I like the first Sicario, but the second Sicario was I would say is better. There is a bit more action in the second one, uh, and more dialogue, and there's a bit of a plot twist towards the end of the movie. So if you like the first Sicario, you're guaranteed you'll like the second one. I'm not going to go through all these movies. Some of these movies, they're a bit old, and if you haven't seen them by now, then there's no point in me doing a review on them. I haven't seen Resident Evil: The Final Chapter. I really wasn't into the Resident Evil movies. I'd rather watch The Walking Dead instead of the Resident Evil stuff. I'm really surprised they made it that far. I think they have what about 7, 8 movies now. That franchise needs just need to go away, just like Fast and the Furious. They've run out of life support. Grow House is actually funny. Uh, Kind of reminds me of that Dave Chappelle Half Baked with Dave Chappelle. Uh, less quality, shitty acting. So if you like Baked House, then pretty sure you'd like Grow House. Life was good. Life had really good acting, and that plot twist at the end was that's what I love, plot twists at the end of movies, and that one had a fairly decent one. Of course, we all know those movies; those are classics. Uh, Flatliners, I might go ahead and watch Flatliners. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a pretty bad rating, and you can't always necessarily go by Flatliners. I mean, by Rotten Tomatoes ratings, but at the same time, you could kind of get an idea how good the movie is. And Rotten Tomatoes gave it a horrible rating. Actually, I think it was somewhere around 28%. So I might watch that, on a drunk night or something. Poetic Justice, that's a good one. Tupac, one of Tupac's movies. He's pretty good in that. It kind of set the tone for him as far as acting. Um, Funny note, Tupac was actually supposed to portray Mace Windu in Star Wars, uh, as yeah, as that's written. But that role was taken over by Samuel L. Jackson, one of my favorite actors, and history is written. What else do we have here? A lot of movies. Child's Play, of course. There's Chucky over there. I won't watch that. Rookie of the Year was pretty good. It's a classic. The Hills Have Eyes too. The first one was good. The first one a lot of people sleep on, but it was pretty good. Now there was really no need for the second one. I think the second one had the army guys in it, and of course it ended just like the first one did. But at the same time, I really don't think there was a need for a second one. Beavis and Butthead Do America, funny as hell actually. Janky Promoters, that wasn't as good as Ice Cube and Mike Epps' other movies. Really, really I cared to watch. Dark Crimes. Dark Crimes was I think I got halfway into this movie, starring Jim Carrey. It's pretty good. He's playing I think a Polish police officer. His accent is horrible, and that's really only the negative I can say about the movie is that his accent was not was not good. He has yeah, it's a Western Polish type accent. If you ever heard a person try to sound Russian and they're from the southern region of the United States, then you've heard Jim Carrey try to portray a Polish police officer. So what else do we have here? And he's speaking English on top of that. So yeah, I'll switch over to Hulu. I mean, well, Netflix on my next post. So stay tuned.